What? See, this is what I be talking about right here. This hot girl summer and this bachelor lifestyle, you can't afford it. And let's go to get into this budgeting.
Malcolm Garvey, Huey.
It's Jake's the
Malcolm
Grill,
Garvey,
Jake's
Huey.
the Grill,
This life is like a movie.
Free
I die, I organize. Everything I do's revolutionize. I build what's good for the whole damn hood. Study G's like these, really think you should.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Checkmate 007 teaching you the art of financial freedom. Wow! To your budget. Now, let's get into the first budget, right? This is episode 8, Grassroots Financial Literacy. Budgeting. Okay, now, most budget rules are broken into 3 categories. Expenses, the savings, and the fund. Okay, now the first one you hear a lot of is the 5-20-30 rule. 50% on expenses, 20% towards saving in retirement, and 30% for fun. I suggest this maybe in your 30s. Maybe when you got a bigger budget. But you have to understand, if you're spending 50% on expenses, your expenses may be running kind of high. Maybe some kids, but you need to find a way to get it pulled back. We need to focus on what's important. Saving for retirement. The college funds. Now this is the struggle budget. That's what I'm calling it. The 7-20-10 rule. I don't understand why they would even come out with this. 70% for bills, expenses, debt, 20% to save, 10% to donate. I don't know what this rule is really good for. This sounds like terrible financial advice. I would avoid the 7-20-10 rule altogether. I haven't found one instant to what it actually works. Well, man, let's move on. Now, next up, we got the 30-30-30-10 rule. This is the only rule right here with 4 different categories. 30% for rent, which I like. 30% for the grocery, schools, internet, and all of that. 30% towards retirement and savings and investing. Very important. Got to know your rules of investing. Got a budget for investing. And 10% for wants, which shows a real disciplined budget. I think this is a great budget for when you're in your 20s. Now, let's get on to the next one. Now, this is another variation. This is the 60-20-20 rule right here. 60% for living expenses. I believe this should be when you're probably getting together in the middle of your 20s. I can see 60% towards expenses, kind of high. 20% towards, the financial goals, the investing again. And 20% for entertainment and travel before you start disciplining your budget. This is a little high on the expense route. So I'm guessing between 21, 25-ish, I think that's when this budget is stick. But now we're finna get on to the final budget, my budget. This is my budget here. 40 for expenses, 45 for investing, 15% for fun. I'm very strict on investing first. Paying for school, making sure you eliminate all debts early in life. This is very key to me. And we're definitely going to expand on this. 40% for expenses. Rent's starting to get high, and we're going to cover that in a moment. But enough of y'all aren't investing there. That's why your net worth is negative. Investing is very important. Not regular important, very important. Now let me explain to you why this is so important. Let me tell you what separates low class from middle class. Home ownership. You now have control over your domain. Low class to middle class is separated by home ownership. Rent killing y'all. It really is. I see it. Now, from middle to high class is investing in assets. Let me say it again, assets. Jordan's Birkin bags, not assets. I said this in episode 6. Ridiculous, collectible, not secure. But while you work towards this budget here, the 40, 45, 15, you decrease your expenses as your income goes up. You can add more to your travel fund budget. Now you have actually made it to a point where your investments aren't being impacted, but you now have more room for fun. Now you've actually earned the fun. Because I see a lot of y'all trying to have fun without funds. And I don't know what you're doing, putting feelings before funds. That's how you know broke. Feelings do not supersede funds, okay? I'm tired of y'all trying to, you can't climb that way. It's the problem with a lot of y'all. Working a whole lot of hours punching the bottom of a mountain, but you can't climb it that way. Gotta get smarter with the money. Now let's move on. Now look, let's get to why you can't afford hot girl summer and that weak ass bachelor life you're trying to live. Okay? Rent is $1,400 average throughout the country. Last time I checked, women were doing about $15 an hour on a higher scale. I'm being nice. That's about $2,000, $2,200 a month. With rent being average at $1,400, you can't afford it. Be serious, that's clearing out. Then it's 60% of your budget. And man, let's climb you up to 20, about $2,600 a month. That leaves you at $1,200. That ain't enough for a real relationship, fam. If rent leaving you at $1,200, how you gonna afford the rest? Hold on, stop. I see you trying to get me. I'm a roommate. And then I say to myself, somebody, that's the problem with simple linear thinking. It ain't got no compound in mind. See, when you're roommate, you're not trying to reach a financial goal together. That's one of my biggest secrets to making it in this life. Married young, therefore we were aiming after the same goals, so I kept a good 1-2 punch combination. You still trying to jab with one arm and wonder why you can't win the fight. You playing the game wrong. The system has changed. Like if you put that 15 and 20 together, you get about $4,600 a month. That's a good average. Put you over about the average household income. Living pretty good. Now when $1,400 come after, you got $3,200 left. Now let's say the rest of your bills are about $800. That leave you with an extra about 2 bands. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody mad with 2 bands. So you know what I'm saying? That's before the kids get there. If the kids get there, you might want to increase your income. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all need to get it together. Being single is expensive. You need to be at least $70,000, $80,000. Anything less than you just playing yourself. Roommating is a ticking time bomb. It's going to fail. Like everybody wants their independence, but don't know how to be independent. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Y'all need to figure this out. This ain't finna cut it. This is what's keeping us broke as a community. We can't come together. Y'all have to understand, black families fund black initiatives. Single people do not. Single people waste money. They try to pretend that they can afford a life that was built for 2 people. Simple. This is why our budgets are looking the way they're looking. And we're definitely going to touch on this in the next segment. I'm going to tell you how I got the car. Y'all just watch me break down to you how I got my budget. That means I stack cash every month. It's very simple to me. It's very important. First off, you need to get an emergency fund. I keep telling you this. You should always have liquid assets. You should always have money in the bank. This is very important. It's not a joke. This is not a game. The reason why I could buy that car is because I had so much liquid assets to go buy the car. I buy cash cars. Leasing a car, buying a car on the lot, have upside down payments. The interest rates are out of this world. To go where? To do what? You broke. Who you trying to impress? All that plastic shine. It's the problem with us. I saw y'all giving me all them lights for a Mazda. Year 2004. It all shine when you wax it. I need y'all to get over it and start being smart consumers. We need to bring back shame for our lack of financial control over our economics. We need to bring that back. I don't know what y'all happy for to be buying things. That's why your budget hurting. Your budget looking at you like, you finna buy that again? Look, you need to buy some sense, because you ain't finna have none. But man, that's how the budgeting works, man. Look at the budgets, man. Understand that most of the budgeting advice you get doesn't work. It's for middle class families. Most of y'all aren't from there and aren't going to there because you're single. You have to fix your budget before you make any silly purchases. Now go back to video 6 and review what I think a silly purchase is. Checkmate 007 out. Get your money up. Look, man. Checkmate 007 come back at you, right? I'm finna finally do the Excel budget. Look, I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I need you to go and open up Excel. And this is going to be what we're going to end up creating right here. This is going to be the finished product. But now we got to do it step by step. So we're going to grab everything out the queue with the first 2 lines. Highlight them. We're going to merge and center. And we're going to click the middle alignment. right? And we're going to call this our quarterly, monthly budgeting, or budget. Okay, easy enough, right? So we're gonna start with everybody's favorite, the income. And now we're gonna do month 1, month 2, and month 3, right? And we gotta do quarter, because 3 months make up a quarter. We're gonna do quarter 4 because that's we're in the 4th quarter. I think it's different in China and Japan. Either one of them, I think it's a little different. But with that said, we got income. We're gonna do job 1, and we're gonna do job 2, because I expect it to be 2 people now is working, right? We're gonna do 2,200, 2,200, and 2,200, right? And then we're gonna give 3,000 right here. I'm doing it off some averages. It's about, and we get the 3,000 right. We're gonna stretch it all the way out to the right. Now I'm basing this off about $20, $25 an hour job full time, and this right here about 15 to 17, depending on your taxes. Now to get the quarterly amount, we're gonna have to add all these quarters. We're gonna click and press plus, and then we're gonna close out the parentheses, but we're going to drag the formula down. And let's get it some color. We were talking about money, so let's give it a nice green. With that said, we're gonna do the same with income. Give it a light green. So with that said, we gotta add it up. So we're going to do total income here. Press enter, we're going to highlight and go here and double click. It's going to fill out to the last letter. And here we're going to go to data, formulas, formulas. I'm gonna go to AutoSum. It should add it up for you. Now we're going to drag this formula all the way across. And there go income. Simple enough for the quarter. See how much you make. We're gonna skip over here to G. And we're going to start with expenses. Everybody's favorite. Let's see, we're gonna do month 1, again, month 2, month 3. And then we're gonna actually do right here a percentage of income. And we're going to do quarter 4. I don't know why it automatically turned out a light green, but no. For expenses, let's do a more blaring red. I really wanted to stick out. Oh, they don't give me very good reds here. Okay. Let's see, with expenses, we're going to start with car insurance. Let's see, we're gonna do car payment. Let's see, rent. Rent. Gas. I'm down here in Texas, so we got gas here. Electric. Can't spell worth of nothing right now. Water, miscellaneous, because I don't know what you're eating out on, buying, and all this extra stuff. Play with the numbers how you want to. Let's see, we got food. Because y'all be eating. I don't see no waistlines. Y'all ain't ready for the summer at all. But your summer bodies done came and gone. And then you got credit cards. If you have them. We're going to do total expenses. Like we did total income. Fully highlighted. Stretch it out. For car insurance, we're going to say it's going to be about $300 because you need full coverage on the cars. For car payments, we're going to start with $400. Rent, we're going to do the average of $1,400 across the country. Gas, we're going to do 80. Electric, 180. Because the kids be on the game all the time. Don't never go out the door. Water, 75. Miscellaneous, we're going to do, let's say $200. You ain't doing too much with it. Food, what you eating. We're going to do another $200 with credit cards, right? We could drag this all the way over. First, let's go back to formulas. And let's do an AutoSum. So we can grab all of this and stretch it right back over. Okay. Now to handle this right here, we're going to have to do an equal, since we have percentage of income in the way. We're going to have to do this again. and add them all up to get the total amount we're spending on it per quarter. And then we're going to drag it down. And it's going to emulate the formula for all of these. Now to deal with percentage of income is a little different. Since the percentage of income, we're going to need one of the monthly incomes. We're going to need that. We're going to need the cost first, and we're going to need to divide it by the monthly income. Now, stay with me here. This is a little different. It's going to have to be absolute. To make it absolute, it's going to need a money sign in front of the B and a money sign in front of the 6. The H4 will change as we go down, but the B6 will stay the same with the 5200. And we want to change this to a percentage. We go back to home, click on the percentage, and we're going to drag this all the way down. Now rent is a healthy amount at this time, but we're going to revisit this. You're spending 62% on total expenses. That's higher than the 40% I recommended. So you might want to go back and check my budgeting video for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your budget get too out of control. We're going to expand out a little bit to about 90%. We're going to come over here to goals. And with goals, we're going to do amount required, actual, and we're going to do percentage, because I like for people to know the percentage of how much they actually are on the track to their goals. Let's get us a nice yellow thing. Yeah, nice goal there. Click on O, stretch that out. Click on Q, stretch that out a little bit. So let's say one of your goals is to make sure you have emergency savings, especially if you got a family. It's very important. Let's say traveling budget. Let's do another one. Saving up for home. We're gonna call that home savings. Let's say emergency savings. You're going to need 6 months worth of emergency savings, which is 6 times your monthly expenses or 2 times the quarterly expenses, right? So equal, grab your total expenses. The asterisk is going to be for multiplication over the number 8 times 2. And that's why most people don't have an emergency savings of 6 months, because that's quite a bit of money. 19,000. Now let's say you got actual 4,000 saved up for it. It is what it is. Let's say for traveling you need 4,000, and you got 1,000 put away for that. And let's say for home savings, for most homes, let's say you want to at least go in there with at least 10,000 already ready beforehand. Let's do you got about 3,000 for that. Now to do the percentile again, you're going to need to grab the actual. Oh, I need to change that. That's 400. No, we got 4 mans. So you're going to need to do an equal of the actual and have it divided by the amount required. It doesn't need to be absolute, but it does need to be a percentage. And we're going to bring that down. And this shows you how close you are to your actual goals. So you know what percentile you're at. 50%, 75, 21, it makes no difference as long as you know where you're at, so you know where you're going. That's key. Now we're going to do one more section over here, right? And this is going to be a remaining balance, what you got at the end of the month. And we're going to highlight A and then stretch that out. If you work with me. Okay, there we go. Now to do this, we're going to need, let's see, total income minus total expenses. And you should be able to do that across month 1, 2, and 3. Now with quarter 4 is going to be a little different. You're going to have to grab total income minus, and since this is on a different line, you're going to have to actually grab it. And there you go. And now we're going to do a percentile of how much money you actually have left, so you know how your budget is working. Percentage. That's what I want to do of remaining balance. I'm shorthanding them. Don't want to make the graph too long. And that's going to equal what you got left and total income. The reason why I chose to line it up here, so that's the percentage. The reason why I chose to line it up here, so when you come across, it should all line itself up at 38% because we're using fixed figures. Now, if you wanted the actual, you would have to actually insert an actual between all categories of the actual month 1, 2, and 3 and quarter to get an actual version of each of them. But this right here is a projection of a quarterly amount versus what you believe you're going to make and how your bills are going to be calculated. So with that being said, let's give this some more colors. Total income. Let's give it a different color. A real bright green. Let's keep them all in unison. And here, let's do what? Brighter yellow. Remaining balance, let's give that a nice blue. Nice sky blue. And percentage of remaining available. Oh, we need some contrast. Peach. That being said, let's go out a little bit more. I want the whole graph. And let's highlight everything. Control A. Let's give it a Times New Roman. 12 font. Go up here. Highlight this. Bold it. And there we have it, right? We have a simple budget. So we can calculate how much income we got coming in. We can see the expenses, where our money is going, and the percentage of where our money is going. I say any expense over 5% you need to revisit. And right here with the rent. Now, let me put some color on this. Right here with the rent. You need to be very careful. I say optimally it needs to be 25%, no more. And then I say optimally it needs to be about 25% and no more. No, 25% to 33% is the rule of thumb. Right? This is at 27%, so this is fine. The food budget kind of high. The car payment semi-high, and the car insurance is a little high. You can always revisit those. I'm always a big component of cash cards if all possible. If you're good with your hands, or know anybody who's good with their hands, I suggest that to cut costs and be able to save more. Now, with emergency savings, they still want 6 times the monthly amount. During COVID, this should have been very important. Well, with that being said, look, this is a simple budget right here for you to run and calculate and do. I'm probably going to attach it to the actual video so you can download it and play with it, or you can follow along. I'm going to show the kids. You know, it's very important that the kids get an understanding of budgeting very early. So I also made this to go along with my budgeting video. With that being said, man, Checkmate 007i. Like, subscribe, share it. Make sure you keep your money up.
I organize everything I do's revolutionize. I build what's good for the whole damn hood. Study G.